person has a moment that shaped their life. At Lamplighters, no moment goes to chance. Every moment holds the opportunity to transform a child.
There's a big picture capitalizing on the moments. We have a very strong community in our classroom.
We're not a hierarchy of teacher and student, and I'm not there to talk at them or to be this like bestower of information, but that we're two neshamas sitting at the same table.
The resources are there that the teachers have a unique and singular one-on-one sort of connection and relationship with the students. I think every child has a need to have that.
We have something called a CBC meeting, which is case by case. We go through at least 3 or 4 children a week, and it's important for us to review every child as often as we can so that we can make sure that they're getting everything that they need.
The Lamplighters model fundamentally is based on the idea that children have 4 self aspects. The mental aspect, which needs to be challenged.
Academically, we ask each other where they're up to.
The social emotional aspect of the child that desires to love and be loved.
How to interact in this world as a society, sense of responsibility in a community.
Their body aspect that desires to be safe, and the neshama aspect that needs to be guided specifically toward a child figuring out what their particular unique mission is in this world.
We also have a very strong Montessori philosophy in our classroom, the way that we position ourselves, the way the students position themselves. I, for example, will sit in the center, and the students really gravitate towards the teacher. Each child has their own individual workspace, but it's centered around the mora, and so it's sort of, if you take a bird's eye view, it looks a little bit like a sun.
One of the unique things that we have in our classroom is the visual work plan, where at the beginning of the day each student can go over to the board and see exactly the subjects that we're going to use, that we're going to be learning that day. The chumash here, mishnayos there, and math. It gives the boys an opportunity to make choices about how best they can do that, how they can structure their day.
One of the strong things that we get encouraged to do in Lamplighters is using technology. Actually use it for homework. I always send a quick 1.5-minute recording of that Gemara. There's a boy that has some challenges reading Hebrew, and the one thing that bridges that gap for him is him listening to the recording again and again.
We use something called the visible classroom. We have cameras positioned in different spots of the room, and when we meet as teachers, we have the opportunity to review different lessons, to review incidents. Sometimes it helps us to better ourselves as teachers and to therefore help the students better themselves.
One of the other forms we use technology is the old school platform.
And that has allowed us to give the students a lot of independent work and a lot of opportunity for self-reflection. I see it all the time where students, because of this environment that they're in, just open up and they really find their own ways of expressing themselves.
It is extremely gratifying for me to see that my child's interests are cultivated for what they are, even as a preschooler.
Lamplighters is seizing the moment, developing infrastructure in every aspect. We've built a model, we've built a movement around the moments that shape us, and we will never stop until we become better and better and better.